Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? If you are joining, let us know you're out there and you're on. I can't really tell how many people are on, so definitely talk to me in the comment section. Where are you joining from, and maybe a little bit, who are you? That'd be kind of nice. Before I sort of start, this essentially is my first News and Views Facebook Live event. Hopefully one of many. Welcome, Donald, top fan. Thank you for joining. Um, so, if you don't know much about me and you've sort of found me online, I am an unapologetic miniaturist. I love all things tiny. And so I had a retail shop where I was selling miniatures, and now I have moved most of my business selling online. And so I handle estate sales and collections. And hi, Allison, and hi, Kathy. Jenk, thanks for joining. I'm just talking a little bit about myself and just giving a background on what I do, and that I'm a miniaturist, and I'm starting this sort of live event as a way of bringing my. If you're familiar with any of my social media channels or my Facebook channel, I basically curate the news around what's happening in the miniatures world, and I communicate those events and activities to my followers. So this is an opportunity to sort of bring that to life in a way, and to communicate the news and views live in this sort of format, and to tell you what's going on with D. Thomas Fine Miniatures, but also what's happening in the miniatures world. So I plan for this to be like a 20-minute sort of broadcast, hopefully getting to as much as possible in that 20 minutes time. And also, I plan to sort of open up the chat and the comments to discussion if we can get to it. So definitely tell me what you're thinking. I will read every comment and all of the feedback. So definitely use the comment section as a way to communicate, and tell me what it is that you want to see on something, on a broadcast such as this. What do you want to hear? I do plan to incorporate a lot more visuals into sort of this format at a later time, but right now it's just me you're going to get for a while. So I hope that's okay, but definitely planning to incorporate a lot more video and visual representations of what I'm actually communicating. So look for that in upcoming events, and also look for a more regular schedule so that you can sort of know when they're happening and get on board and join, and you know click that you're interested, and get reminders and all that kind of stuff. So that was a little bit about me. Just a little more about me and what I do. I also host an online webinar called Meet the Miniaturist. So I invite miniaturists from around the world onto a format of a webinar that I host. It's an interview format, and I invite guests to come on, and we learn about the miniaturists and what they're doing and what they're creating and what inspires them, and finding out more about their work. So look for that if you don't know very much about me, because I host that usually on Sundays at 4 at this time period. Last night we had last night or yesterday evening we had a special meet the miniaturists last night, so we don't have a regularly scheduled one right now. And if you missed it last night, it was we actually had a virtual walkthrough of the Kathleen Savage Browning collection and museum in Maysville, Kentucky. It was pretty intense. I don't know if any of you were on it, but it was a great um, walkthrough of her museum. We got to see her collection. Most of the room boxes and dollhouses that she has on permanent view were decorated for Christmas. We got all of her heartwarming stories and about the miniatures that were created for her museum, that relate back to her childhood growing up in the small town in Kentucky. It was really a wonderful, wonderful meet the miniatures live. And if you want to look for the replay, I'm going to post it in the comments section, but you can see the replay. I posted it onto my YouTube channel, so it's there. Go look for it. You'll also see all of the previous Meet the Miniaturists events that I have held, including one that we had last week with Michael Hogan, who is an incredible collector, an interior designer, sort of by nature, and he's been able to sort of put those pieces together to create this beautiful collection. So, get some hot cocoa or get a glass of wine, pull up to the YouTube and maybe watch some old previous episodes of Meet the Miniaturist, and then sort of tune in and lock in on when the other ones are coming. I usually post them on my website, so go to dthomas5miniatures.com or sign up for my updates, and I usually communicate when they are so you can register and sign up for them. The Meet the Miniaturist events are free essentially, and they are free. So join up, sign up. I would recommend that that you register and arrive early because we've been getting such great response. I only can hold 100 people, and so people have unfortunately been getting locked out. So I would say get there early, sign on early so you can get on. I'm definitely exploring upgrading my account so that I can get more people to join. I'm just waiting to see if this is sort of a trend before I spend the extra money on the upgraded Zoom account. So look for that. Um, look for all of that. Meet the Miniaturist. Sign up early. Get online to see these free events. But I also host a pay-for event. It's a lecture webinar series called Small Talk, and I have a history of miniatures webinar that I host. Again, my dear friend Donald, who's on the comment section, is going to be posting some of these links. So if you're interested in what I'm saying, go to the links that are there, or you can just Facebook me and I can send you links if you don't see them. But there are links. We're going to put in links to my YouTube channel, links to previous Meet the Miniature series. We're also I'm gonna put a link to the history of miniature small talk that I'm giving, which is happening next Thursday. Sign up for that one. There's definitely space on that, so I wouldn't worry about signing up early, but definitely register, and that's a pay-per event. It's $9.99, and it's a history of miniatures lecture. I take folks through, obviously, the history of miniatures, all the way from the ancient times all the way up to the modern era. And I spend a lot of time talking about how miniatures have become sort of this pop culture phenomenon, and how we actually got there, and then I take folks through, well, what's happening with miniatures as we move on. So it's a great hour plus to spend learning about miniatures. That's for the newbie, but it's also for I would call the miniatures enthusiast involved. Those folks who are maybe seasoned miniatures. Any one of those folks, from newbies to miniature enthusiast, can get something out of it. I think everyone walks away either inspired or newly inspired about miniatures, but definitely encouraged at the end of the day by this great big world of tiny that we love so much. So I just want to check the chat box for a second. And I see that a lot of folks are on, so I'm so glad you guys are seeing. Hi, Julia. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Allison. I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay. So History of Miniatures, check that out. Join me on Thursday. This is about news and views coming to life, so let's get to it. Biggest Little Christmas Showdown. I don't know if you guys are tuned into that, but it's basically, at least from where I sit, the first time I'm seeing miniatures presented in a commercial way. So if you don't know, this is an HGTV series. It's holiday inspired, 4 episodes. It's a tournament style reality show, and folks are building the best miniatures. They're judged, and then there's a season finale. Yours truly was on one of the episodes, and me and my partner May Burnett, we actually won our episode. We're going on to the finale, which is next Friday. Look for us. It's actually a really, really well created show. You know, when they I don't remember if they got in touch with me or if I got in touch with them, quite honestly. But you know, you always wonder what's going to happen. How are producers going to present you? How are they going to make miniatures look? And I have to say, I'm so impressed with what they've done. They really created a really nice light around miniatures, and they've done a really great job of presenting miniatures in a wonderful way. So look for the show. The finale, as I said, is next Friday. In terms of Meet the Miniaturist, I'm gonna be hosting a very special Meet the Miniaturist live the Sunday after the finale, which is actually on the 20th at 4 p.m. this time period again, and I'll be hosting the winners of the Biggest Little Christmas Showdown. So there will be obviously 3 teams, so there'll be 6 of us, and I'll be hosting it. I'll be monitoring it. The chat box. It'll be a chance for us to talk about our experience on being on the show. We'll take questions from you guys about what it was like being on the show and all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It's sort of going to be like this insider's view of of miniatures coming from other miniaturists. So look for that next Sunday. But you know what? It's not the only thing that's happening in the mini world, believe it or not, which I am just so crazy thrilled about because, like I said, this was sort of the first commercial program about miniatures that I've ever seen. And if you guys have seen something before this, just please type it in. Tell me about it. Yeah, and Allison, I'm reading that you want to see a dollhouse flipping show. I do too. Yeah. So, if you've ever seen something before, put it in the chat box. This is the first time I'm actually seeing anything like this. But something has emerged out of the Netherlands, which is called a show called Small But Fine. It's from what I understand, it's only in the Netherlands. There are 8 episodes, and again, it's sort of a reality competitive show where the judges narrow down the winners to one winner. So I'll put the link in. I think I have the link to that. If not, just check my Facebook page because I posted a story about it. So I don't think we're going to get to see it here in the US. It's not going to be something that's going to be readily available to us, but I'm going to try my darndest to sort of zoom in and see if those episodes become available. And if I find them, I will share them. Absolutely. So lots of really great sort of commercial miniature things happening that are just more to the masses. Media is miniatures are moving towards this what I call a pop culture phenomenon. And when miniatures enter the world of pop culture phenomenon, then producers and directors and sort of zoom in on how can they create stories or programming that helps build upon that success. So we're seeing a lot of that happen. And I think for us as miniaturists and those folks of you, who are watching, you get it. This is exciting. What this does is it brings more people into the category of miniatures. It presents more opportunities for if you're an enthusiast, it means there's new opportunities to see miniatures. If you're a collector, it means there are new opportunities for artists who might be entering the category to start making miniatures that you can buy. If you're a hobbyist, there are more people making and sharing information on how to make miniatures. So it's a win-win for all of us that this is becoming the pop culture success that it is. So truly is exciting. So look for all this programming. And even within our own little miniatures world, there's excitement happening from a media perspective. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Shrunk magazine. I'm going to put that also into the chat box. But there is a young lady out of the UK. She's a journalist. And she's a journalist, and she's a graphic designer, and she's combined all these great skills, and she loves miniatures, and she created a magazine, like a real print magazine. Who doesn't love to handle a magazine? I do. There's nothing like sitting back and reading a magazine. Anyway, she's created this magazine called Shrunk. She's produced it. It's available. I don't know if it's available in print form right now. She basically sold out of it, which is beautiful. It is available in digital form, so I would say go out and buy it. We just put it. Thank you, Donald. Donald just put the link in the box. But I would say, support it. Go and buy the digital version, and this will encourage the creator to maybe do another print copy because it's a lot of work to make a magazine, and she's done a great job. She's done a great job with it. So look for it. Do you like my Miniac hat? I love it. Should I make merch? Would you buy it? Put it in the comment section. I want to hear. But yeah, this is my Miniac hat. And I would love to know what you think about calling us Miniacs. I've gotten polarized viewpoints on whether a Miniac is a good thing to say or not. I've heard negative, I heard positive. I like it. I'm going to keep it. Okay, so lots happening in the media landscape around miniatures. That means great things for all of us. Lots of content, lots of yummies for us to feed to feed our little obsession, for sure. I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about the PIMA Awards. Those are the Perfection in Miniature Award. That's been an award that's been around for about 5 years now. It's sponsored by the London Dollhouse Festival, which is one of the largest shows that happens out of London. And I'm going to spend time talking about the shows on another little episode of this format. But essentially, the London show is one of the bigger shows that happens that it's on your, it should be one of your top three if you're going to go to any miniature shows. Anyway, they sponsor the Perfection in Miniature Awards, which is really is the master miniaturists across the planet are challenged to make one of the finest miniatures that go to this competition and get awarded. If you follow me on social media, I actually posted the winner. There was actually two winners. They could not finalize one winner. They were all so good. I had a great conversation with the woman who runs the London show. I'm actually going to have her on one of the Meet the Miniaturists coming up in January. Her name is Charlotte, and we're going to have this great conversation about the show circuit. But anyway, she was telling me how difficult it was to land on a winner. But one of the winners is Saint Leger, and they do a lot of automatronics in miniature. So the winners actually made this incredible working umbrella, and they won. So I wanted to just let you know that the Pima Awards have been given out. You can go and see who the winners are. We put a link in there. Thank you, Donald. You can go see who the winners are, and then look for Meet the Miniatures coming up in January. We'll get to it. We're actually going to see some exclusive video of a sort of like a behind-the-scenes look at a lot of the entrants when they came in. They were videotaped, so we're going to get to see a lot of video that hasn't been seen before as part of the as part of the process of choosing a winner. They've taken a lot of video, so that's going to be kind of really, really fun. So look for that. And so that's the Pima Awards. That's the London show. Actually, preliminarily, it looks like that Meet the Miniaturists is going to happen January 21st. But don't quote me on that. But the reason why we landed on the January 21st is because that's the date that the London show was supposed to happen. But because of COVID, it didn't. And so we thought that having a Meet the Miniaturists on that day would sort of just, get the energy continuing around that show and talking about miniatures and the show. But from what I understand, the May show is happening in London. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll be talking with Charlotte in January. What else? Oh, okay. So I don't know if you guys know, but I represent Jimmy Landers. He is a master miniaturist. He is a builder. He has created a 9-room cabinet house that is called the Sahlberg. It's a once in a generation creation in 12 scale. It's basically a cabinet house that harkens back to the days of the baby houses and cabinet houses of the 16th and 17th century in Amsterdam, for example. But Jimmy Landers has created this modern version of it with traditional architecture. So I'm representing Jimmy Landers on the sale of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. But what I wanted to share with you, if you wanted to check in the links, the link that we just shared is, I don't know if you guys are not familiar with Apartment Therapy. They're this lifestyle sort of blog that became this conglomerate of lifestyle communication and magazine and all that stuff. Anyway, they did a really nice write-up on the Sahlberg. So I invite you to go click those links and read a little bit more, see some photographs of the Sahlberg, and just learn a little bit more about it, because it's an incredible piece of art. And I'm just so proud to be representing Mr. Sahlberg. I mean, Mr. Landers, Jimmy Landers on the sale of this piece. And of course, if you know someone who wants to buy, get in touch. Yeah, I'm excited to be trying to sell it for him. What else? So I know I'm already going over my 20 minutes already, so stick with me. But so what I do for a living is I sell miniatures. And so mostly what I do is estate sales. And, I'm always on the hunt for collectors who are looking to sell their collections, or families who are looking to sell inherited collections. But anyway, I'm working on a sale right now. I don't know if you know, but this came from an estate. It's a beautiful, like, Moroccan-inspired miniature, I would say. I believe this actually came from a class that was done a while back. Despite the fact that it came from a class, and, it's still a beautiful piece, and I love it, and I hope you can see it. But we put the link in the below. This is not going to be on my sales site. Yes, I'm working on this this new sale and posting stuff. So maybe another week before it gets there. But I just wanted to share some of the things that are going up. It's this, and most of these pieces are going to be in one little lot. But look how beautiful this is. It appears to be a best pack trunk, but just redecorated or repurposed to sort of fit within the motif of this sort of Middle Eastern Moroccan flavor and feeling. I mean, this is just a beautiful material that this person, basically covered this trunk with, which I love. It's just so precious. And then there are a couple of other pieces that go with it. One is this. I mean, it's really a column, display column, which goes with. Oh no! Did it fall? It did. 1 minute. Don't move because I want to show you this. Oh, the magic. Okay. This comes with it also. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, it's really big, which everything here is oversized because like these pieces are made for like a palace. But look how beautiful this potted plant is in this beautiful pot. I love it. I love it. I love it. So look for that. I gave you a link to my eBay site. I will definitely announce it in my updates, my email updates, when this stuff will go up on sale. So look for it. Couple of other things before we wrap up. Thank you for hanging in. I am working on a D. Thomas mini club. The focus of this mini club will definitely be all about virtual community. Sort of like a great way for people to get together, especially in the age of COVID. But even after COVID, we're all going to be back to our lives. But the whole idea behind a community and having a group of folks who get together on a regular basis to talk miniatures, to get information, to maybe get tutorials. This is just a place to learn, to experience, and again, back to community. So I'm working on something like that. Love to know what you think. Is this something that you would want to be involved with? Let me know. I'd love to hear your comments. And I also want to know what's happening in your neck of the woods. So definitely let me know either now or in the comment section now or even later on. But the net is I wanted this to be sort of a quick and 20-minute way for us to get together, talk about miniatures, give you a news and views or updates, tell you what's going on, and also maybe share some information of what's going on. So definitely chat in the communication in the chat box and let me know what's going on. And if you enjoyed this little news and views Facebook Live, let me know. And also, if you are not signed up for updates, go to my D. Thomas Fine Miniatures website and sign up. I don't bombard you with emails. I maybe do one a week. And they're always sort of fresh and new. I try to keep it new, so you're seeing something that's new and interesting and not seeing the same stuff. So look for that. But in the meantime, thank you for coming to this first live Facebook event. I can't wait to see everybody again. I will have a regular schedule to let you know once I figure that out. But yeah, let me know what you think, even now or later. But until then, live your best mini life and enjoy it. And thank you for coming and have a great rest of the day. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys. I'm going to end it.